gentlemen, we have returned to the spring leftovers part of the episode, and on top of that, we have also returned back with Shirley Ann. And what a return, brother! Ooh, why is both of the spring anime the one that got me the most? I shit you not, they both got me the most. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it, cause oh baby. So this episode of Shirley Ann, episode 19, the newest episode, after its little 2-week hiatus, returns as it's summertime now, and Anna Shirley, I keep calling her Shirley Ann, I'm still never gonna get that right, but Anna Shirley has returned back to Green Gables, to return back to Avalon, and when she returns, she sees that her friend Ruby is a bit sick, and apparently it is decided that she is not gonna make it, like, she's not gonna make it to Sea Fall, and I'm already, apologies if I sound a bit weird, I might get a bit emotional, but let's talk about the first part. Let's talk about the first part before I get into this, or rather the second part. Let's talk about the second part of this episode before I get choked up. The second part of this episode kind of revolves around Anna trying to make this story in order to send over to the Canadian woman, which is funny because after a video that I watched, and I need to credit the person, I'm so sorry for not crediting you. You responded to my comment, I apologize, but I think like it's I don't know if the anime did this, but I think it might be a play on how the story of Anna Shirley got sent over from like Canada to Japan, and so it's kind of like playing off that like big sendovers from wherever that is to like Canada, which it wouldn't make sense because I think it's like in the UK or something. So I don't know, disregard that actually. But I thought, she's trying to send over a story to the Canadian woman in Canada to try to get her book published because her friend did, and she's trying to make the story of how there is a girl and a man, and it's like, oh, they're perfect, but a guy tries to sabotage their love, but they end up dying. And everyone who's read it so far has been like, oh, I really like the story. My question is, why does this character die? Surely he's gonna be with like the MC, right? And like Anna doesn't want that, and I don't know if I don't know what it's supposed to represent. I feel like it's supposed to represent maybe her not wanting to be with, oh my god, with the dude who she's been like flirty but not flirty with. I forget his name, which I feel so bad about. I want to say like Gabriel, but it's not Gabriel. It might come back to me at some point. Which you do see a glimpse of him as she's running away from places, which again, we don't get much of him in this episode, but it's fine because that's not the point. The big focal point for this episode is the fact that her friend Ruby won't live to see fall. And the reason why this really got to me was because the way they told the story, the way they played out like how she was like barely able to do much of anything, and how she was talking about like, oh, when Christmas comes around or when winter comes around, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go off and teach in like the UK somewhere or something like that. And it hurt because that is my exact fear. This episode played out my exact fear of like death, where I apologize for anybody who might get triggered by this. I don't mean to. All right, it was very strong for me, and so I guess for this, trigger warning definitely. But Ruby degradates very slowly, and she tries to do things and she tries to do stuff. She even tries to throw parties like she used to, or tries to send invitations, and it gets to the point where she can't even put invitations in letters, and like she has to like lay down. And there's one part, and I knew it was gonna hit me, but I didn't realize how hard. Like, because there's a point where Anne goes to see Ruby, and she's like sitting in a hammock, and she's like hallucinating. She's at the point where she's like hallucinating, and her like mind's going, and she's just like, look, that's where I'll be, it's a grave, but like she's hallucinating the fact that there's a grave. And the part that got me, oh fuck, Jesus Christ. The part that got me a lot was, I hate seeing the idea of somebody on their deathbed just trying so hard to fight, and then them saying like, I want to live. Cause that's tough. That's really, really fucking tough. It's both a fear in mine and something I hope I never hear from somebody in their deathbed. It hurts because it's the idea of there is somebody. It is somebody who still had their whole lives ahead of them, and that like they got put in this situation where now it's like I don't have much time left, and there's so many things I want to do, but now I can't do it. It's like dying with the biggest regret, and it really, really hurts. It really hurts to see. It really fucking hurts to see. Like when I saw that and I heard that line. And Anna Shirley is now, I think, officially like the hardest I've tried at something, or at least the second hardest. I think that title still belongs to the Fullmetal Alchemist, the Nina scene. We all know the Nina scene, but this was pretty hard. This was pretty hard. It was so hard to the point that, like, I will admit, like, I got a glimpse of what happened for the rest of the episode. Thank God it was, like, towards the end. Like, I caught little things of her talking about, like, oh, yeah, I bet she's smiling in heaven and stuff like that. But, like, this got me. That got me, and I couldn't stop crying after 20 minutes. Like, I kept trying to compose myself, and I just kept crying. Because it's fucking hard, dude. It's hard watching that. It's hard experiencing that. Like, my God, if a show was able to do this to me, imagine how I'd be in the real life. I'd be devastated. I don't think I'd be, if oh my God, if someone who I was close to like that, like a friend, and they were like that, and they told me that stuff of, hey, I want to live, dude, I can't. I don't think I could. I really don't think I could. I don't think I could take it. I really don't. Like, I'm not emotional, but my heart is definitely at a faster rate just thinking about it, because it gives me anxiety, man. It gives me a lot of anxiety thinking about. Like, God, like, apologies for being a bit vulnerable, but that was really, it was really a lot. But I think it speaks to the strength of how well, for Anna Shirley, they were able to mimic that. And, like, how they were able to capture it, too, of just this person who was always so large in life and, like, had, like, big dreams of wanting to throw, like, parties and go out places, and was, like, part of her class, and, like, was gonna go with them to school, and obviously, like, she had different routes, but she was gonna get married and all that stuff, and it just sucks. It really just sucks. It broke my heart. I hate it. I don't like it, but I love the show for making me feel bad, at the very least. Because it was able to capture a pain. It was able to capture a pain that I was afraid to experience, and they did such a good job at it. Like, I think after this episode, Shirley Ann is definitely up there for anime of the year for me. Like, it's crazy, and unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna win, because I know for, like, God, I want to say for, like, the first 1/4 of the show at the very least, I was definitely not rocking with it. It took a good while. It took a really good while for me to rock with it, and it was such a slow burn. Like, before, like, if you go back to the way that I was watching Anna Shirley before, I was like, yeah, it's kind of whatever. Like, it's cute, but, like, it's fine. But, like, it's definitely, like, as she grows up, and it's just like, oh my God, like, no, it's like the world around her is changing, and she's going through these things, and it's, man, genuinely, I fucking love this show, man. I genuinely love this show so goddamn much.